We are about to go kayaking. So ask yourself these deep penetrating questions for peace, lovies. It's Amira, also known as Blissfully Mindful. I know I look half asleep. I gotta get the dog. Be right back. All right, you all, let's try that again. Well, it's an early one. I look half asleep. I'm still getting ready. We are about to go kayaking, so we got up extra early because we want to go and do it before the sun comes out. Well, the sun's out, but before it gets like beaming hot. It's supposed to be like 90 something today, but yeah. So anyway, about to get my hair situated in a bun of sorts. You all, where am I going kayaking? I have no, I don't know. I don't have a sun hat. I was thinking I was telling y'all that I need a sun hat. I don't have a sun hat. I don't have shades. Like, all I have is a baseball cap. So I'm gonna have to make that work because we don't have time to be going somewhere to try to get all that. Yeah, our appointment is for 10 a.m. and it's already late as hell. So anyway, let me get ready. We are almost there. Okay, I'm spinning you all around so fast. We're almost there, getting ready for this kayaking excursion. We just decided at the last minute to do this, so that's kind of why we're rushing. But anyway, while I'm still getting ready, I'm sorry, making outfit adjustments. Oh my gosh, there's something else I need. I don't know where it is. This, living in a tiny apartment, everything is packed away and I never know where it is. Like, it's kind of annoying, but you just can't have everything out. But I really need this. Like, the what do you call it? The fanny pack thing. I need that, the clear one, the waterproof. So I could take you all kayaking with us. Like, I need it. I don't know where it is. But anyway, while I look for it, this kind of chit chat. This week, heavy on my mind, I've been listening to, I go through these bouts of it. I was listening to Earl Nightingale this week. I don't know, just all random, right? Just listening. And sometimes I do. Because I feel like my mindset shifting in a way it doesn't need to be shifting, and I need to kind of get back on track. So I'll kind of do stuff like that. But I was listening to Earl Nightingale, and the quote that stayed in my head was, "You are what you think most of the time." And yeah, that was the issue, that I was not having the best thoughts about myself. And I caught myself doing it like a lot, several times. So that's probably why that stood out for me. But that is so key And I'm sure I've said this before, you all broke it down, but you know, all is the mind is the all. And you know, thoughts are just energy. Everything starts as a thought, you know, like everything starts as consciousness. So, you know, we all start out protons, neutrons, electrons, you know, we all start out that way. And then, you know, we evolve into cells, and then their cells evolve into tissue, and our tissue evolves into organs and whatever the order is. I haven't been in science class in a long time. But you all know what I mean, you know. And then it keeps on manifesting into those things, and then our minds evolve, and then our perceptions and our reality, everything. So literally, you literally are what you think most of the time. And that really has kind of been, I don't know, I've been thinking about that all week, and just been, you know what, we're going to do a challenge, because I want you all to do it with me. I need some company. Because I feel like, you know, I want us to be a group of successful people. I'm not just on here chit-chatting for the hell of it. You all know how much time I put into all those manifestation hacks and success hacks and stuff like that. It's not just because, you know, I literally am working towards something and want to see us all be successful. And I feel like this will be a good one, a good challenge for, I'm sorry, I'm looking for this thing going. Y'all know I'm looking for this fanny pack while I'm chit-chat. But I want us to all be successful. And I think we have to start there. So the challenge is 30 days, you all. We have to do this. We seriously have to do this. I want to see some success as a result of this. And the dog again. Oh my gosh, she's always using the bathroom. Or just doing something sneaky. You know, she's just like, gosh, stop acting like a cat. Because truly does start with our thoughts. You know, I got to bring you all down to the ground with me, because I got to find this fanny pack, like seriously. Go back to that proton, neutron, and electron, and just see how it evolves into the reality that you live right now. Like, it really does. I mean, really. You know, you became consciously aware of yourself, and then you evolved into all of those things, into now a whole reality. So obviously you can do this. So we can all do this. So that's what I want us to do. 30 days, you all do it with me. The shift in our thoughts, because you are what you think you are most of the time. And we all have to bring our thoughts in alignment with what we actually want to be, you know, like where we actually want to be in life, and what we actually want to be, who we want to be. And that is my way. That's my hack. I haven't done one of those. I told you I wanted to get back to those, because I love those manifestation hacks. I really do. They just kind of keep me on track and keep me in a positive state of mind about everything. And so that's kind of why I like doing them as well. And they're fun, you know. Yeah, to me, they're pretty fun. Girl, hey, say hello. Say good morning. I'm not going kayaking, though. Say, I'm not going kayaking. I'm just up in everyone's way. I wish we could take her, but not this time. Maybe another time. Yeah, it's too much. I don't want to take her. But, yeah. So that's what we're going to be working on, you all. Join me in this challenge. And if you need to, because, like, I've been kind of, to keep me in a positive state of mind, I've been listening to Law of Success. Yeah, because I read that book periodically, but I would just listen to it in the car, because when I'm in the car, I don't know, my mind gets to going all over the place, and I just really need to bring it back. And so that's kind of what got me, how I ended up with Earl Nightingale, because I started listening to that, and then I was like, you know, I mean, I've read that book like so many times. And description, I'll put it in the description box below if you have not read it. It really helps. It's a very easy read. Alright, you all, we are out here chillaxing in the middle of the Potomac. Well, not in the middle. Kind of over to the side. The sun is beaming and we got here early and it's still hot. Thank goodness we got here early. As you all can see, I'm like really, glossy. But yeah, we are having so much fun. I miss doing this. We haven't done it in a couple of years. We definitely have to make sure we do this more often. Honestly, I want my own kayaks, like my own personal ones. So, but not in this tiny apartment. I don't have anywhere to keep them. But I don't know if I find someone's house to keep them at. For sure, I want my own kayaks. This is so fun. Anyway, I'm just going to keep enjoying it because this is quality living. I miss it so much. Got to plan some more stuff like this to do before the summer is over. But anyway, let's just keep enjoying this bliss. You all, we are about to head back in. We're almost back to check in the kayaks. That was so fun though. I'm sorry it's so loud. This is not far from the airport, so lots of planes. But as you can see, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm all flush. Yeah, that we've been kayaking for our lives now. I feel like I went in the middle a little bit and the current was a little more than I bargained for, and I was like, oh no, I'm drifting. I started to kind of get a little anxious because I felt like I was drifting further and further to the middle and I wanted to stay on the sidelines. But this has been so fun. Oh my gosh, you all, we have got to do more of these adventures this summer, so look forward to that. But anyway, we're about to start paddling back. Let me show you how far we have to go. Yeah, that's how far we have to go. To right under that bridge is where we got a kayak back to. So we're about to get started to paddling. See you when we get back. Today we are discussing and chatting about a morning habit for a healthy mind, and we're going to go deeper than the usual today. I feel like we need to, and it's just kind of where I want us to go. I have a vision of this pathway, and we have to definitely start going a little deeper, digging a little deeper, doing a little more work. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm really feeling the whole thing, the whole vibe, and I'm feeling the pathway of habits, because habits are very important. Habits are life transformative. Habits are, good or bad, but they're what dictate our life. So I'm kind of wanting us to get some good habits, some healthy habits. So here we're doing that again this week. I know it was a theme last week, but we're still kind of heading in that same direction of changing our habits for the better, and so that we can transform our lives and we can live the life that we want to live. So that's the whole point of changing habits. Okay, so this one, is a morning habit that I have been, I don't know, I guess you could say I did this a long time ago. Probably at the beginning of my spiritual journey. This is a practice that I started at early stages of my spiritual journey. But before we get into what the actual new habit is that I would like you all to try, and at least entertain, before we get into that though, I was listening to Earl Nightingale, and I don't know if you all are familiar with him, but this quote, like I said it earlier in the video, but this quote about you are what you think you are most of the time, and just kind of stood out for me this week as just like a common theme, because I did like repeatedly catch myself, my thought, and it goes, energy flows, and I just kind of caught myself and kind of had to reel myself back in a few times this week. And so maybe that's why that kind of stuck out for me. But, I don't know. I wanted to dig a little deeper with it. And so, I did that. And I realized just some things, just a common theme, like, all know the past 3 or 4 videos that I've been having just about defining who I am and seeing it more, having a more clear vision of what that is, and definition of it, and being more aware, having a heightened awareness of my true characteristics and not the ones that were dictated to me. And so it just goes back again to yet another example. For example, like say when you're a child and you're at the playground and your parent sees you on the swings and they're like, oh wow, you like the swings. Now you're a small child, so you don't have the vocabulary yet to say this is a swing. You haven't given things definitions to that extent yet. You just know it's this thing and I'm just doing this on it, and so, but your parent says, oh, you like the swings, because they see like you're having a good time on the swings. And so then you're getting excited, like, because they're excited. So you're excited. You don't even know why you're excited. You're just excited because they're excited. But then you make the connection between this word, this sound wave that came out of their mouth that, sounded like swing. So now you say it, you're like, you practice saying it, swing. So your parents, now they're even more excited because you said a new word. You said swing. So now they really think you like the swings. And so now that's who you are. You're my child that loves the swings. And then you kind of take this on as a characteristic of yours. Like, I like the swings. Even though when you get older, you might go to the playground and discover, I don't really want to get on swings. Like, you're not even, honestly, you're not thinking about it. You're just a child. You're just going to the playground and you just want to have fun. So you're really not even going to the swing. Your parents probably wonder why you're avoiding the swings, because they just thought you loved the swings, but you really didn't care about the swings. It was just what you heard them say, and you just kind of adopted it as one of your own beliefs about yourself and your own characteristics. And so you discover, I just love the freedom of just running all around the playground. It's so fun. It's so liberating. It's so freeing. I just love it. And so the first thing you do when you go to the playground, you're just running around wild, just running all through, all amped up, all the energy just coming all to the surface. Just, you're able to just let it all out, because now you're out here. You can yell, you can scream, you can run, you can do flips, all the things you can't do inside, you can now do at the playground. So you just kind of let loose every time you get there. And now, you really love that aspect of the playground. But the thing is, because you already adopted the belief about yourself, about that your parents told you that you love the swings. What are the swings though? Like, if you then go dig a little deeper into really see what swings are. They're like a barrier. Swings go in one direction. They only go to a certain height. You can't go so high with the swings. The swing, you're constrained in the swing. Like, you kind of just like this. You're not all sprawled out in the daggone thing, so it's confining. You can't really do but so much in the swing. Like I said, the one direction. So it's a guidance to the swing. There's a barrier with the swing. There's limitations with the swing. And then in life, you go through life, and now you're kind of looking for things that give you a similar sensation of the swing. in life. You're looking for things that give you that same sensation. You go to school, school has those same things. School is taking you in one direction. School, it's barriers, there are constraints, there's rules, there's oversight, there's authority. There's all these things that just limit the experience for you. And so, but it feels familiar because it feels like the swing, which was that first sensation you had of those things in that swing. And then you go and you get a job, and it's the same sensations, but it's familiar. So you go ahead and you embrace it, and you take it on as the core of who you take it on as what you actually love, who you are, and how you define yourself. And who's to say whether that's the truth or it's not the truth? It's just what you know. And so now here you are asking this question, and this where we are right now, have this conversation. Who am I? Like, do you know who you are, or are you the sum of all these characteristics that were implanted in your mind, that you were indoctrinated into accepting? Who are you? What are you? Why are you? You ask yourself these deep penetrating questions for which you have no answers, because you really haven't been challenged to even ask those questions, let alone come up with the answers. So where does this lead you? And I'm having this whole conversation because we are talking about a healthy mind. And I know you all, it sounds crazy to even start here, but I have to start here to get us to what is even the mind, let alone the health of your mind. What is the mind? And you all have heard me say so many times, the mind is the all. It's the mind is your gateway to the universe. It's the universal law of mentalism. It's your conscious awareness of your whole reality, of your whole being in existence. It's literally everything. You don't have this experience without your mind. It is everything. It literally is the all. You don't exist without your mind. So the thing is, in terms of health, how do you define whether your mind is healthy is the thing. That's the main thing here that I want to kind of get into. Is it healthy because the so-called experts say that your mind is healthy, or is it not healthy because they say it's not healthy? What is a healthy mind, and who determines it? And so if we know what the mind even is, can anyone outside of you define whether it's healthy or not? Like, what is a healthy mind? How do we determine that for ourselves? Like, how do we realize our own truths about ourselves? And how do we come up with those things that actually characterize exactly who we are if we don't even know that? Like, if we've never challenged ourselves to decide and define that for ourselves. And like, I'm not wanting to go into a whole gender conversation, because that's not what this is about. This is so much deeper than gender. Like, I'm talking about, who are you before you're a gender? Who are you before you're an ethnicity or a race? Who are you before you are whatever name your parents gave? Who are you at the core? Who are you? How do you define the consciousness that has incarnated as you? How do you define that? Like, do you explore those things? I do all the time. Like, I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I feel like it's something I've always done, just from being a child. Like, I don't know if you all do it, but do you look in the mirror sometime and say, wow, who are you? Because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it does feel sort of like out of body, like, the hell, who is this person in this mirror? Like, really, who is this person? And let alone the people around you. I mean, I'm sure you ask that, like, when you look at people around you, even loved ones that you've known all your life, truly, you don't know who they are. You don't know the essence of who that person is fundamentally. You don't know that. You can't know that, because they're the only ones in their mind. There's no way you know that. And so when it comes to a healthy mind, What I am proposing is that a healthy mind is one that has a conscious awareness of themselves as their mind. And so, how do you get there? There's a lot to overcome before you get to answering those questions, because you have to overcome all the indoctrination that you've gone through, all the false sense of truths and beliefs that you've come to adopt as your own, all of the conformity. Oh my gosh, that is the major thing, because all of us are here conforming. If you look in the mirror, do you see how much you have conformed? If not, maybe work on the awareness of that. Like, do you do your hair? How many people do you do your hair like? How many people do you do your makeup like? How many people do you share the same mannerisms with? Because, you're kind of mimicking, we're all conforming. Because if we were to have mannerisms that are so diverse from those around us, of course we look like we're mentally unwell, correct? We don't look, it's like, oh God, that person's crazy. Because they're not conforming, they're crazy. Or if you don't do what we want you to do, we expect you to do, you don't live the way we expect you to live, you're unwell, you're mentally unstable. You didn't do what we predicted that you would do. So you're mentally unwell. Is that mentally unwell? I'm not sure. Though it's a question that, these are just questions that I'm just kind of throwing out there that, to challenge you to ask yourself who you are, because that is the only way that you get to the root of who you actually are. If you don't ask these questions to challenge yourself to get there, you'll never get there. And if you never get there, you'll never get anywhere in your life that you want to actually get. If you can't even get to the basic, to the foundation, to the fundamentals of who you are, how on earth can you actualize what you want in life, what you want out of life? How do you do that if you can't even do those basic things? And so I'm suggesting these deep penetrating questions because they're so basic though at the same time, and they're so essential to getting to where you want to get in life, and to getting the mental capacity to even manifest those things for yourself. So, because then when you do ask yourself those questions, and when you do start to get the answer to those questions, that's the power. That's the most empowering part about this whole thing, is getting to that point. When you start to get the answers to those questions, now you are empowered to actually use that information to then make actual changes in your life, and to actually create and cultivate this life that you actually want. If you can't even answer those questions, I don't know how you're going to get to that stage. It's like getting to step B before you do A, and I'm not sure it works in that order, or getting to 2 before you do 1. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to do the first step first, and that's just simply asking that question. So the exercise that I have is just very simple, but so powerful, and you do it for 30 days. I'm back with the the manifestation hacks that all know I love. But yeah, back with the hacks. And this one though, I have done it myself, and it really does help. It really, man, transformed my whole perception of life and just existence and everything, and set me on the path to really digging deep and exploring that at such heightened levels that I know I wouldn't have before. But it was just such a basic thing. And it's simply for 30 days, before you go to bed, you set the intention. Who am I? Give me the answers to that question. Who am I? Give me those answers. That's all. You're just saying that to yourself before you go to sleep. That's literally it. There's nothing else to it. Then though, the second that you wake up, like, it has to be right when you wake up, because it has to, it's a timing thing. It has to be, it's a powerful time between rest and wakefulness. You have to do it right at the instant of wakefulness. So the minute you wake up, do not do anything else. Try to do it before you think of anything else. Literally try to make this the first thing you think of and the first thing that you do. You're going to write down the first thing that comes to mind about who you are. The first thing. Don't second guess it or anything. Just literally just write it down. Don't question it. And you're going to do this for 30 days. So obviously you'll have like a whole, collection of these characteristics written down. But that's the beauty of it, because the more knowledge you gain about who you are, then you'll start to get the picture, the bigger picture of who you are and who you really are, not who someone told you you were. Because see, when you're doing it right, when you wake up, no one got a chance to tell you anything. No one got a chance to tell you anything. You told you this, and you did it while you rested, because you asked yourself the question before you made that transition from wakefulness to rest. And so now, and then we're not even, I can't even begin with the energy and the vibrational frequency and all that of this period of time, because that it is so powerful at that period of time in your consciousness. So you have to do it right then. But yes, so then at the end of the 30 days, man, you will have so much information about who you are, and you will have gained so much progress in terms of your mental wellness. Because the thing is, I'll tell you this first, and this is probably more based on, coming from my psych background. Mental unwellness is when the inside and the outside don't match. That's the best way that I can explain it. Because the mind is you are your mind, and then you're one. So the outside, though, is this reality, our environment, the world. That's the outside. And so what you think it should be has to match. When it doesn't match, that's mental unwellness. That's when it's incongruence. It doesn't match. They are not one. When things aren't one, obviously they're not at peace. They're not, consistent. They're not balanced, and they're very imbalanced, chaotic, all of that. So the thing is, the objective is to get those things to match. And so that's why we're asking these questions. Who am I? Why am I? Asking these deep questions because they need to match. We said earlier, have you adopted yourself as what other people have said you are? Like, for instance, your parents, who said, oh, you like the swings. Do you even like the swings? Do you even like the swings, or do you think you like the swings because your parents told you like the swings? That's a perfect example of things not matching. The inside does not match the outside. So the inside has to match the outside. That's mental health. That's when you are mentally healthy. You are mentally well. When things match. It's when they don't match that there's chaos going on. Because the mind can't make sense of the outside not matching it. The reason why is because the mind is the all. It's not going to try to make sense of something that's outside of that. It's just not. The mind is like, I am everything, so I don't have to make sense of something that's not me. It's just not going to do it. Yes, that's where it is. It's like, I am everything, so I'm all of it. I'm all that stuff, and I'm some more. I'm not just that, though. I'm like way more than that. And it's almost like, how come you don't see that I'm way more than that? How is it that you only see, that very finite amount of characteristics? You don't see that all this other stuff that I am? So it's got to make sense of it. And the way you make sense of it is for gaining more knowledge of self, becoming more consciously aware of these other aspects of yourself. How empowering is that? When that is so liberating. When you realize that, imagine the life that you can create for yourself. Like, just imagine. Oh my gosh. So you all, I'm just going to give you all that nugget, and I hope you all try that exercise. It really does work. It literally transformed my whole perception, like I said, on existence and everything, and just led me on this path that I've gone on, from since then. Like that, I kind of told you all a little about last week. Just a path of enlightenment and conscious awareness of things that I just definitely had no clue about before. And it's almost like following these breadcrumbs, and it's like following the breadcrumbs of who you are, so to speak. And so that in itself is transformative, and that in itself is empowering and can totally change your life. So I hope you all try it out. Comment below if you do and how it goes, because like I said, but you gotta do it for at least 30 days. You have to do it. I would say doing it less than that, I just don't feel like it's as effective as it is for 30 days. But you all, hey, this is your story. You're writing it the way you want to write it. So you all let me know how you want to roll and how you want to do it for yourself. But just definitely let me know on how it turns out for you, because I would so love to hear that. And as usual, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the content here. Also, follow me over on Instagram at blissfully.mindful, and absolutely sign up for the newsletter. You all, I go so much deeper with these chats in the newsletter that comes out every Sunday morning. Blissful inspirations. Go over blissfullymindful.life, my blog, and sign up for it there. You do not want to miss out on this. It gets you on track for the week. And also check out my podcast, where I also have these chit chats. If you don't get a chance to watch the video, you can play the podcast in your car. As you can see, here we go. Yeah, you can play the podcast of this in your car and be blissfully inspired there as well. I'm just trying to get you all blissfully inspired everywhere. I want to make sure you stay surrounded by blissful inspiration, so that you are never without blissful inspiration. You will have it wherever you need it. It will be everywhere, and you will not miss out on any of it. So definitely follow me over on all those other platforms. Again, blissfullymindful.life for that newsletter, life-changing, trust, and there's plenty of other things over there as well. But I definitely want you all to sign up for that newsletter. Definitely something that is key to evolving, and we are going to be going deep, you all. Like, this is just the surface, you all. I want to go deep with stuff. I'm not into this little surface, little cutesy exploration of self that just kind of doesn't really deep dive. I cannot help. I'm a diver. I'm just diving on in. I don't even want to check the temperature. Just go. We're just diving straight in, not a toe in. We're just going all in. So that's what we're going to be doing. So definitely we're going to keep this up. We're going to keep going deeper each week until we get to this mastery of ourselves, you all, because we have to master self. You can't master your environment around you. You can't master anybody or anything else other than yourself. And none of that's going to happen until you master you. So this is cool, sort of like that kind of thing. That's what we're doing. We're coming to where we're mastering ourselves. So instead of all these other things being our master, because that's the thing, all these other external factors, we're getting rid of that, you all, and we're focusing internally so that we can maintain our own power. So I love you all bunches and bunches and bunches. I'm so glad that you all joined me yet again. I'm really inspired by you all just as much. And you all keep it coming. Keep the comments and the love. Sends you all very explosive, loving vibrations that I hope you all take throughout the week, that keep you inspired and keep you motivated and keep you pressing on. And I'll see you all next time. Sunflower smooches, peace and love. Love ya, love ya, love ya. Mwah.